Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions MC and producer. And I am so happy to have, she's a friend of mine, not a friend of yours, Monique in the house with me
Hey.
today as my guest co-host. Hello Monique, welcome.
Hey, Clarius, how are ya? It's me, Monique, Team Rayceen MC and East of the River correspondent and third-time ANC commissioner here in Ward 8. How y'all today?
Doing well, and we have a
Good.
very special guest with us.
Indeed.
We have Kim from Martha's Table here with us, Kim R. Ford. So happy to have you. Welcome, 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 Kim.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. First of all, thank you to Team Racine. I mean, y'all don't know, like, back in the day, I was campaigning and I always had just support and love. And so just shout out. And Commissioner Diop, we call you Commissioner Diop,
Yes.
always a great partnership there. And Krylios, we love you too. So thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our pleasure.
So, Kim, tell us about yourself and a little bit about Martha's Table. What you guys been up to lately?
Awesome. Well, my name's Kim R. Ford, and I'm a proud native Washingtonian. Somebody say, where you from? Uptown. All right.
Okay.
So that's enough about me. I always say, look, just Kim R. Ford, native Washingtonian. Martha's Table, though, man, it predates me. We are 40 years old and 40 years strong. For the past 40 years, we have supported strong children, strong families, and strong communities through access to healthy food, to quality education and family and community supports. So what does that look like in terms of healthy food access? And I'm sure folks probably know this, but we are all about food justice by increasing, again, people's ability to access and shop at no cost for healthy fruits and vegetables and shelf life items. We do that through our lobby markets here in Southeast at our gorgeous new headquarters, at our Northwest campus, and through our joyful food markets, which are 53 pop-up markets in every elementary school in Wards 7 and 8. We also provide a hot meal to those who are facing housing instability through our McKenna's Wagon, which goes out 300 and this year 66 days a year, no matter weather, no matter holiday, and no matter global pandemic. I'm actually going out on McKenna's right when we finish this. And then through quality education with our nationally accredited early childhood education programs, we support young people in Southeast and in Northwest who are aged 6 weeks to 4. 6 weeks to age 4. So we have young people, and again, nationally accredited early childhood education centers. And then through family and community supports, we support our families through our enrolled families at our education centers with a lot of supports in terms of family visiting, in terms of making sure that the resources are there for them. And then through other mechanisms like our Martha's Table Outfitters, which is our boutique, our third location down on MLK, where people can shop at no cost for children's clothes and adult workforce attire. That's Martha's Table.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much. And, such great work in the community. And I must imagine that in a global pandemic like what we're experiencing, things, have changed in some ways. Things probably a little bit more challenging. Tell me how you guys have had to adapt to, to what the world is going through right now down at Martha's Table.
Well, if anybody ever said that COVID hasn't changed their operations, they must be lying, right? But, we doubled down on our mission and we reacted quickly and comprehensively. So a couple of different things, like when the first day that a case happened here in DC, it was only 5 days later that we announced our response. And we announced it in terms of food, in terms of education, in terms of family supports, which we just talked about, right?
Yeah.
So first, I'll start with our family response to make sure that our families were safe and protected. We actually went on virtual learning for those families. Again, our young people, 6 weeks to age 4. And we provided a number of supports to our families. So in addition to virtual learning, we sent learning kits home. We supported those who had technology needs. We had our family engagement specialists do daily wellness check-ins because, again, just making sure that folks are okay. But we also launched a comprehensive package because we correctly, although unfortunately, predicted that this was going to financially hit our families very hard. So what we actually launched was non-conditional cash transfers, meaning we just gave money, right?
Wow.
We gave money, plus we gave grocery gift cards, plus diapers, wipes, and formula. So
Indeed.
every
Yes.
single month, we gave $2,250. And we did this 4 times for 4 months, meaning that our families received $9,000 free and clear to do what they needed to do. Plus, it was about $164,000 across the board with the grocery gift cards, plus the diapers, wipes, and the formula for our youngest folks. Because of that response, and because it was so well received, we are now in a partnership with other organizations in Southeast called Thrive East of the River, which is based again on our model where, again, we're providing cash transfers plus grocery supports, plus dry goods like laundry detergent, toilet paper, and those types of things, and a family navigator. And as a part of Thrive, it's Martha's Table, Bread for the City, Far Southeast Family Strengthening Collaborative, and Building Bridges Across the River, with Urban Institute doing an evaluation on that. But again, before all of that, it was us doing the cash transfers for our families. And then, of course, our food supports, unbelievable. And Commissioner Diop knows this. We had to take our markets down because obviously we couldn't welcome people into a small market to shop. And what we've done now is a grab and go model. So it's contactless and safe. And so we've had to have far more volunteers come in and pack everything up. And so we have the grocery bags ready to go, right?
Yes.
And that has increased from 500 bags a day to now 2,200 bags a day.
Wow. Really? You guys step it up.
500 bags, 2,200 a day, and sometimes it's even greater than that. And then we had these amazing partnerships, and again, the commissioner knows all about this. We had every Saturday, 5,000 boxed lunches would come from Gate Gourmet, and we would work with partners like her, like Team Rayceen, like others, like getting those resources out into the community. We had partnerships with Clyde's, with Hot Meals. We had partnerships with World Central Kitchen, again, with Hot Meals, just getting things out into the community. And in addition to, changing to a grab and go model, we also launched 10 community pop-ups throughout Southeast so that those who might be facing transportation or safety issues still had the resources to the food. So family supports continued, food supports continued, and that's what we're all about.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Kim, you guys immediately stepped up. Yes. And then also too, with your support, it just helped the community all around. Every time I came up to get those meals on Saturdays, people loved those meals. Let me tell you, and it just allowed me to also get into the insides of a lot of people in my community because I gave them individually to people. So it let me know a lot of people in my community. Now when I drive around, they recognize me, they recognize my car, and I would take a student with me to help me. So you guys really did a fantastic job. And every time I come in and I see the volunteers just doing everything, it's like clockwork.
It's
you guys
so beautiful. I volunteered with Martha's Table when I was back in college for, I did quite a few sessions with them in my junior year, I believe. And trust me, really one of my favorite experiences volunteering. And I just love the work that you guys do so much. And I learned a lot in those months volunteering at Martha's Vineyard back then. So sorry, Martha's Table.
Martha's
There we go
Vineyard.
again.
Yes, see?
It's okay. It's okay. We all wish we were at the vineyard. We're not,
Yes.
but we'll take that.
Oh my God. I keep trying to stop myself and it happens over and over. What is wrong?
You need to go on
I guess it's
vacation.
a running gag now. It's just the running gag with me, I suppose. I lean into that.
But no, I appreciate both of you guys for saying those things, and we appreciate all your support. I mean, like literally, like you know, as you talked about, we have over 18,000 volunteer opportunities a year. And now we actually need more volunteers because, again, we're not doing our joyful food markets, right?
Yes.
We are supporting the DCPS meal sites, but you know the kids aren't coming and shopping anymore, right?
Yes.
So that means we need more and more people to pack the bags, right?
Yes.
And so our volunteer need has gone up. And so we just so appreciate those who've been coming in. Everything, of course, is safety first. Everybody's socially distanced. We take all the precautions. But yeah, we are rocking and rolling.
You know, speaking of the joyful markets, because I really miss them, and that's how I started off with Martha Table, the joyful markets at Patterson Elementary School. So what are your chefs doing? I used to love when the chefs would cook and give a demonstration. I know that they are missed so much. Are they still working with you through the pandemic?
So we place all of our team on mandatory telework. And then people can opt in to support on-site services. And so, again, you know, we love our team. We have been, I think, one of the few who has, at least to date, not had to furlough or RIF or do anything of that nature. And people obviously have their situations. You know, they may have kids now who are in virtual learning and they have to support that.
Right.
They may be a primary caregiver to somebody who's in a category that may be at, excuse me, high risk for COVID. So we have not been asking anyone, chefs, educators, anyone to do anything outside of mandatory telework.
Okay.
Excuse me, because we wouldn't want them to, you know, to have any pressure to have to do, you know, whatever it is that they typically do. We are now again back in a place of mandatory telework, and so what I can say is that we do have folks both on the culinary side and on the education side who are doing videos around, you know, proper nutrition and, you know, putting something together. We're doing a lot more around like recipes, making sure. I mean, we always kind of had recipes available. We're doing a little bit more on that side so that folks know when they get that bag, what can you really do with that bag? How can you make it extend? You know, the other thing, and I didn't mention this earlier, but like with COVID, before COVID, people had the opportunity to shop once a month, and our joyful food markets popped up once a month, right? All that's gone. You can come every day if you want. And we don't ask, we've never asked for anything other than your basic information, you know, to check the once a month, but like, it's never been a referral. It's never been a voucher, because it's never been about need. It's always been about access to healthy fruits and vegetables and shelf life items. But again, once COVID started, all that once a month thing gone. You can come as many times as you want.
Yes, you guys are definitely flexible. So where do you see Martha's Table in the future? What are you guys planning on doing?
So, you know, I mean, obviously a lot of the needs in the community, I don't think have changed at all, but they've been exacerbated, right? And so, you know, I mentioned earlier our supports for our families around cash assistance. We had a very high unemployment number before COVID. It's exacerbated, right?
Yes.
We've had health issues before COVID. That's exacerbated. And so what we see in the future, and this was a learning journey we were already embarking on with our strategic planning process, is, you know, what can we do in the immediate? You know, when we moved here, the plan was to do a place-based approach and go deep in this community so that in 20 years, every child had the opportunity to have the same educational, economic, and health outcomes as their peers across town, right?
Yeah.
That would be a blessing. Yes.
But now we got to pull that back. We don't have 20 years anymore.
Mm-hmm.
COVID
We
is
now.
yeah, right. And so where I think we're going to go is having to make sure that again, that this community can stay and thrive.
Yes.
Because they've been through so much, right? And keep getting hit the hardest economically, racially, health-wise,
Yes.
keep getting hit. So where are we gonna be? We're gonna try to be in those spaces, whether it's us and or in partnership, so that again, folks have the opportunity to stay and thrive. Because where we used to be, and everybody I think knows, or at least a lot of folks know, on 14th Street, when I used to volunteer, when I was in middle school and high school 20 years ago, 14th Street, we had to have special permission slips just to go.
Oh.
And you see what 14th Street is now.
I know, right?
And we all know that's going to happen here too. And the difference will be, does this community who's here today own those businesses? Do they own their homes?
Yes.
Are they thriving? And Martha's Table, we want to be some part of ensuring that that happens.
I love
Yes,
that. I love
awesome.
that. And speaking of that, of course, we want our audience to know how they can support, how they can donate, how they can volunteer, and how they can follow and keep up with what Martha's Table is doing.
Well, absolutely. Well, of course, you could always go to www.marthastable.org, www.marthastable.org. And we have a number of different ways. Of course, every contribution financially goes a long way. Our bags of groceries vary from $8 to $10. So we're not talking about you have to have a bazillion dollars to support our efforts. It goes a really, really long way. Donate your time. As we mentioned, like, we rely on volunteers. Our organization is 130 people, and we support thousands and thousands of people a day and tens of thousands over the course of the year, right? Please think about sandwich making. We go through 10,000 sandwiches a week on McKenna's Wagon. And McKenna's Wagon, as I mentioned, I'm going out on later on today. McKenna's Wagon is typically the only food support the folks, our guests, receive. And so if we don't get the 10,000 sandwiches, then we can't give everybody 4 sandwiches.
Yeah.
And that's really important. And the last thing I would say is clothes. You know, our Outfitters boutique is not open right now, but we have partnerships with organizations, particularly around returning citizens. So with the Mayor's Office on Returning Citizens Affairs. So when people are coming home, they'll tell us, you know, male or female and size and what's needed, and we package that up. So as the season is changing as well, you know, clothes. So clothes, sandwiches, time, money, and then just to continue to get the word out.
And Kim, thanks so much for joining us today. It's been such a pleasure.
Oh, it's absolutely my honor. On behalf of Martha's Table, thank you so much to Team Rayceen, Krylios, and Commissioner. We just appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much.
For more information about Martha's Table, please visit marthastable.org.
And remember, Krylios, it is Martha's Table and not Martha's Vineyard.
That's right, Monique, trust. And thank you again for joining me for this edition of Team Rayceen Spotlight.
My pleasure.
And to our viewers, thank you for watching.